Jesus' message was countercultural in his day and remains countercultural today. My dear friend, we have the Gospel of Matthew chapter 5 verses 38 to 42 for our reflection today. Jesus said to them, I tell you, do not resist an evil person. There is a striking scene in the film To Kill a Mockingbird, where the lawyer, played by Gregory Peck, has been defending a black man falsely accused of raping a white woman. As a white man himself, the lawyer earns the hatred and contempt of his fellow whites for defending a nigger they have already condemned as guilty. In this scene, one of the townspeople approaches the lawyer and spits into his face. The lawyer stands there, says nothing, and slowly wipes away the spit. For the film viewer, the contempt immediately shifts to the man who spat. The positive non-action of the lawyer reveals the smallness of his assailant. Turning the other cheek is not at all a sign of weakness. It requires great inner strength, self-respect, and even respect for the dignity of one's attacker. Jesus is calling us a long way forward and upward from an eye for an eye. These sayings of Jesus go against most of the thought that has been in our culture for centuries. Every day we hear of gang wars, innocent bystanders being shot and killed, senseless acts of violence, abuse of children and spouses. We could go on and on. And yet, acts of violence do not create any peace or security at all. Rather, they create a great deal of fear and anxiety in our world, no matter where we live. We all know that each one of us is vulnerable. There are no guarantee that any of us is safe and secure. We now are in the year 2021, over 2000 years after Jesus came to the earth. Throughout these 2000 years, Jesus and the church has continued to teach us this new way for centuries. Despite this fact, every day, all over the world, acts of violence are perpetrated on the innocents. Jesus' message was countercultural in his day and remains countercultural today. Violence does not stop violence. Abuse kills women, men, and children every day. Can you and I do anything to change our world? I believe we can by being loving and caring. We can care for the poorest among us instead of ignoring them or pretending not to see them. We can be loving instead of indifferent. This is what Jesus did, and it is what Jesus also calls us to do. Lord, I long to have a heart like yours. Warm my selfishness and help me to love my enemies and enable me not to resist the evil person. May the words of Jesus redeem us. Amen.